Hello everyone, my name is Pronal Shah and I would like to teach you one concept of your CA Foundation BCK subject, chapter number 6, Marketing Terminology. So all the terminology of marketing we will discuss term by term, and all the terminologies are available in alphabetical order. So we would like to talk them in that pattern. Some of the terminology I will explain you with my own sequence because they are interrelated. So in that case, we will discuss them term by term, and you can able to uh, ask your doubts in the comment section. Okay, fine. So let's start with chapter number 6, marketing terminology. Now, if you look at this terminologies, the first one is advertising campaign and the second one is advertising. So I would like to talk about advertising first. Okay, and then I would like to talk about advertising campaign. So we will learn in that order. First, we talk about what is advertising. See, advertising is any paid form of non-personal presentation and promotion of ideas, goods and services through mass media such as newspaper, magazine, television or radio by an identified sponsor. Okay, now we bifurcate. First of all, advertisement is a any paid form, means you are paying, paid form. Non-personal presentation, that I will explain you at the ending part when I complete this definition. Non-personal presentation, but what? Promotion, you are promoting either your ideas or you are promoting your goods and service. So whenever you try to promote your ideas or goods or service, and for that promotion you are paying, okay, and that promotion through mass media means what? Mass media means newspaper, magazine, television or radio. Okay, by identify sponsor means somebody sponsor, somebody pay for that, then that is known as advertisement. So which are the key parameters here? First of all, your purpose is to promote either ideas, goods or service. That promotion which you want must be in a paid format and through mass media. Mass media means newspaper and radio, magazine, television, they all are mass media. Identify sponsor means there is a particular company or a particular person or entity who will pay for that. So that is called advertisement. But here one word is pending. The word is non-personal presentation. Okay. Now personal presentation means what? You present the product personally. You go to the person's house and you demonstrate the product and then you ask, are you interested to purchase? It is called what? Personal presentation. Here it is non-personal presentation. For example, if I give a advertisement in newspaper, then what happen? In newspaper, all will see advertisement together. I am not personally demonstrate or explain about the product, but those who have a newspaper, they can see. So it is called what? Non-personal presentation. Personal presentation means you will go door to door, house to house, and there you try to uh, uh, explain everything. That is called personal presentation. Okay. Next is advertisement campaign, the second one. Now, what do you mean by advertisement campaign? Campaign is for a specific goal. You have an aim, and for that aim only you want to go for advertisement. After that aim is achieved or that time period is over, then you will stop advertisement. For example, Maggie. Okay. Now there is a complaint that Maggie has so many harmful things. So Maggie ban. Then Nestle company especially go and clarify all the doubts and queries and all those, and Maggie again come, okay, in the market. It enter in the market for the purpose of selling the products. Now then what happened? Maggie required campaign. Maggie start advertisement because Maggie has a aim to get the same customer back. Clear? So in that case, they go for campaign. Now Maggie is back. Now Maggie is back. Clear? But after some time, now today they are not saying Maggie is back because aim is over. Before election, political party go for campaign. They express the promises to you. But then, when they win the election, then still they start promising? No. They will implement the promise. But the purpose of inform you about the promises is called campaign, because there is an aim to win the election. Clear? Now let's read what the module says. An organization's program of advertising activities over particular period with specific aim. Okay, there are two things. Particular period, say for example, we go for election campaign for 1 month. Aim is to win the election. So either particular period, okay, only, or else particular period with specific aim. Majority it is both, specific aim and a particular period. We have example, increase in sales or awareness of product. You want people must be aware about your product, or you want to increase your sales, so you start campaign. When you achieve the ratio of sales which you want, okay, that's it, over. Then you will not continue about the same campaign. Okay, so the concept of advertising and advertising campaign is over. The third one is after sales service. Now what is after sales service? That we have to understand. We read first and then we discuss. Okay, the services received after the original goods or services have been paid for. Often this service is provided as a part of warranty or guarantee scheme associated with the product or service purchase. So here what is important, what is mentioned? First of all, it clarifies that the service is received after original goods or service have been paid for. For example, you purchase scooter, so you paid for scooter. Okay, after you paid for scooter, you will get some facility. That facility is known as after sales service, as a part of either warranty or guarantee with product or service you purchase. Now what guarantee, warranty, I hope you already aware. Okay, but when you pay for original goods or service, then this particular after sales service start. The next we have to talk about is agent. Now if a Samsung manufacturer mobile phone, and suppose I want to purchase Samsung phone, I will not go to the production factory of Samsung. I will not go. And if Samsung allow people like me to go and purchase from the factory directly, then it's difficult for them to manage the things, and that's not a correct way. So what to do? So for that purpose, Samsung keep agent. Okay, entity who has a permission to sell company's product or authority to sell. Okay. Now what is mentioned in the module that we discussed. Agents is a part of the distribution channel. Okay. Now, first of all, distribution channel, I hope you understand. wholesaler, retailer. All right, wholesaler, then retailer, manufacturer, they all are part of this channel. Okay, distribution channel. So the word which is mentioned here is agent is a part of distribution channel. Okay, an agent is effectively, okay, a wholesaler who represent buyers and sellers on a relatively permanent basis. Okay, see, first of all, it mentioned that agent is effectively wholesaler. Agent is wholesaler, but he represent buyer. He express what buyer want. Okay, and he has to sell to the seller. Seller means what? Those who will sell the product to customer. For your easy understanding, retailers. So agent will provide to retailers. So you can say agents are wholesaler. Fine, no problem. And they are relatively permanent basis. It's not like that I have an agency only for one day. No, permanent basis. They can perform only few function. Whatever company provide authority, agent can do only that function. Does not take, okay, please underline, does not take the title to goods. Now, does not take titles to good means what? They can't express the ownership of the company. They can't express ownership of the company. They cannot say that I am owning this company. No, that's not possible. Okay, fine. Next, barrier to trade. Okay, now barrier means what? See, barrier means difficulty. Okay, barriers to trade. Something that make the trade between two countries. Okay, underline, two countries more difficult. Okay, two country more difficult or expensive. It's called barrier to trade. Right now we have an issue with China. So Indian government decide that those who will import the product from China, import duty is 40%. So import become expensive. So it indicate what? Barrier to trade. There's an issue between the trade of India and China. So whenever the trade become difficult between two countries or it become expensive, it is called barrier to trade. Like a tax increase on imports. Next, barriers to entry or exit. Barrier to entry or exit. Now, again I clarify, barrier means difficulty. Okay, suppose we have a specific market and somebody wants to, enter into that market to sell the product or service. They have to take a license, they have to complete government formality. Okay, so all these indicate what? Barrier to entry. And suppose you want to wind up your business or you want to switch over to somebody else, then also it is difficult. So it is called barrier to exit. Let's read what the module says. Economic or other characteristics of marketplace that make it difficult for new firm to enter or exit. Okay, marketplace where it is difficult for a new firm to either enter or to exit. The example included over here is economies of scale. You will not get sufficient money with what expectation you enter in the market. You're not able to get it. For example, Micromax phone. Now it is not available. Means less available or not available, you can say. Why? Because they not get the scale. They not get the profit what they are expecting. Okay. Then product differentiation. It's difficult for you to differentiate the product. Okay. Product differentiation. It's difficult for you to differentiate your products from your competitors. Capital requirement. You want to start, but you try to get the capital, but you not get the capital. So you can't enter without capital. Cost disadvantage. At the end of manufacturing, you realize that the cost of your product is double than the competitors. The cost of product is double compared to competitors. Disadvantages other than size, access to distribution channel. You are not able to get a proper distribution channel. I already told you, but again I clarify, distribution channel means what? manufacturer give to wholesaler, wholesaler give to retailer, and a retailer give to customer. That's called distribution channel. But here you are not able to establish distribution channel, so it is also barrier, difficulty. Government policy change, GST, for example, that also not allow you to start the business. So these are the barriers to entry or exit. Either entry is difficult and exit also difficult. Next is benchmarking. Okay, please tick mark. Benchmarking is important. Just right here. It is important. Okay, this particular concept is important. Okay. Now, benchmarking is the process of comparing the products and service of a business against those of competitor in the market or leading business in the market in order to find ways of improving quality and performance. Now, we discussed first part of this. Okay, it indicate that whenever you go for benchmarking, you are trying to compare your products with either your competitors, or you compare your product with those company or a particular company who is leading, who is on top, okay, compared to you. So benchmarking means a firm compare themselves, or sorry, compare their products or business or anything, product and service. They compare their product and service with their competitors or leading business in other markets. Okay, so either you have to compare against competitor in the market or leading business in other market. But why you compare? In order to find the ways of improving quality and performance. You want to improve quality and performance. That is what your goal. So that's why you compare. An analysis of competitor strength and weakness. You analyze what is the strength of your competitor and what is the weakness of your competitors. Used to evaluate a firm's relative competitive position. You want to evaluate, okay, where firm stands relative to competitive position, where in a competition compared to competitor, where firm stands right now. What are the opportunities or improving and success and failure in achieving such improvement? Okay, what are the opportunity gained by competitor, where competitors are improving, why they are successful or why they fail, okay, in terms of achieving and improvement, that all this you try to analyze. So if you are doing all this together, that means it is called benchmarking. It's known as benchmarking. The next is what we have to discuss over here is brand equity, brand loyalty, brand recognition, and brand. There are 4 words available. I will just write down the sequence, and in that sequence we will discuss. Okay. First we discuss brand. Okay. Second, we discuss about brand recognition, then brand loyalty, and then brand equity. So we will discuss in this 4. We will discuss in this 4 orders. Okay. So we start with the first one, brand. Okay. Now there is a difference between product and brand. Mobile phone is a product. Okay. Mobile phone is product, but Samsung is a brand. Okay. So how customer able to identify your product compared to your other competitors? Then that is known as brand. Okay. So product means actual item which you want to use. Okay. But have you identified that particular product? That identity is indicate the brand. So first we talk about the word brand, then brand recognition, then brand loyalty, and then brand equity. Okay, so let's start with the reading part of the brand. A brand is the specific type of a product form. Specific type of product form. A brand represented by brand name. Okay, you express the brand by the help of either, please underline this, either by brand name or by symbol or by design, logo, packing. They all are the identity of the particular products, and from that customer recognize as being different from others. Okay, how customer can differentiate from others. Clear? So you can able to identify brand name, for example Samsung. You can able to identify by the symbol, like if you notice green color plastic bottle. Okay, it is bottle green and aqua green. Okay, plastic bottle, even though it is not mentioned, but people understand it is Vicks bottle only. Okay, because the color is same of Vicks bottle. So that is, we can say, the way how they design, they symbolize certain things. Logo available, Nike, the tick mark logo. Now people are, if you just go for tick mark, then Nike, just do it. Okay, just do it is something you can say tagline. So all these are called the parameters with the help of which customer differentiate your product from your competitors. So that is called brand. Okay, next, second is brand recognition. It is the awareness that a brand exists and is an alternative to purchase. Means you have alternative. Brand exists, but you have an alternative. For example, if I say mobile phone, I want to purchase mobile phone. So if I ask you students that please tell me the name of mobile companies, mobile brands, for example, then the list will come like this. How the list will come? Some students say, sir, go for Apple. Then someone says, sir, Motorola. Then say Samsung. Somebody say Nokia. Then Oppo. Then Vivo. So all these are what? All these are brands. But if I tell you, students, any particular students, which phone you want to purchase? Now student will go for what? For example, student will go for Samsung. Because students recognize from all the brands, from all these brands, his brand is Samsung. So that is called what? Brand recognition. Okay, a person can recognize in the list. Samsung is a name. Okay, so how you recognize your brand is called brand recognition, where you believe that particular brand exists. Okay. Okay. Now after brand recognition, the third word is brand loyalty. Okay. Now brand loyalty means what? How you are loyal to brand. For example, I just write and explain you. Imagine in 1998, I purchased Honda bike. Okay. Now I use Honda bike like anything. Alright. And then in 2020, now I have to purchase new bike. Okay. Till 2020, I was using Honda bike. I am happy with Honda bike. I love to ride like anything. Now 2020, I want to purchase new product, new bike. Okay. Now, compared to 1998, there are more competitors available, more brands are available as far as bike concern. But again, I will go to where? Again, I will go to Honda only because I am loyal to Honda brand. I am loyal to Honda brand. Clear? So that is called brand loyalty. The strong trust in the brand. Now see brand loyalty, what is mentioned? It is a strongly motivated or long-standing decision of the customer to purchase particular product or service. I want to purchase Honda only. In 2030, if I want to purchase new product, then my family member also go for Honda only, because we are loyal to Honda. Okay, so that is called brand loyalty. Okay, next. After that, brand equity. Now, brand equity refers to the value of brand. Brand equity is based on the extent to which a brand has a high brand loyalty, name awareness, perceived quality, and strong product association. See, the brand value means what? That the brand has a very high brand loyalty. People will not go to other brand. They will available to you only. That is very high brand loyalty. Name awareness. People can recognize brand by the help of name only. If I say Colgate, immediately you say toothpaste. See, in some village, so they say and when they go to purchase the toothpaste in village, they say please give me Colgate of any company. Now you must say, what is this nonsense? But they believe Colgate means toothpaste, but they don't understand toothpaste in the village. If you ask toothpaste means, then they'll look at you like the way how I'm looking. But if you say give me Colgate, it is there. Any toothpaste, they believe Colgate. That is called name. And Colgate reached to that level because Colgate has a brand equity. It has a name awareness. Okay, perceived quality, long-term stable quality. Okay, minimum criteria and improvement. All quality become better and better. And strong product association. The associativity between customer and product is very strong. And brand equity also include other intangible assets. Now, intangible assets means which assets? Intangible assets means the patent, trademark, and channel relationship. Now, what is channel relationship? Now, channel relationship play a very important role in brand equity. For example, I purchase Apple phone. Apple iPhone. Okay. Now, after purchasing Apple iPhone, okay, if it has some problem, then what to do? You have to go to service station. Now, service center must be available. If I come to know that Apple iPhone service center available only at Bombay. Clear? Alright. It's available only in Bombay. In whole Gujarat it is not there. Then I may think whether I want to go for this brand or not. I may think. That is called channel relationship. Service station everywhere available or not. That is called channel relationship. But suppose if I go for Maruti car, then now Maruti car service station is available everywhere. If you able to understand Maruti car service station available, okay, and if you search on Google and if you have understanding about some GPS and all those, automatically you will reach to Maruti service station. So Maruti may be possible as a better brand equity compared to Mercedes-Benz, BMW. Now BMW service station is not available in Bhavnagar, but Maruti service station will be there. So Maruti has maybe possible better brand equity in a context of channel relationship. Okay. Next we have to discuss. Next we have to go with, that is business model. Our next term is business model. A company's business model is management storyline, how the strategy will be to money maker, how company earn money, how company earn money is called business model. Like for example, I am a teacher and I am teaching CA courses. Then my business model will be what? I will give my lecture, I will give my video lecture. Okay, I will give my video lecture. Okay, with link, means you have to purchase the link. That is one way. Another teacher who also teach in for a CA variety of CA courses. Okay, he also will take what? Video lecture. But that teacher will sell video to you with the help of pen drive. So here I am doing my business, I am earning money as is a money maker. I am making money with the help of link. Okay, and my friend also earn money with the help of same video lecture, but his money making plan is different. So you can say my business model is what? Earn with link. My friend's business model is what? Earn with pen drive. So that is called business model. A management storyline or strategy with the help of which you will decide how you can make money. That is called business model. In Navratri, they say only couple allowed. Business model, you have to go to compulsory. So immediately, if they are getting 100 members, then they are not 100 actually, they are 200 because couple is allowed, compulsory. There is the way of money making. Inside Navratri stall, the price of water pouch is 5 rupees, for example. Money making business model. Okay. Next, after the word business model, the next is available over here is business portfolio. We have to understand the term business portfolio. Now, the word business portfolio indicate what? The business portfolio is a collection of business and products that make up the business. Okay. See, the word important over here is collection of business and products. Collection of business and products that make up the business, with the help of which you actually make up your business. For example, we talk about Reliance. Okay. Reliance company. Now, Reliance company has a business portfolio. Reliance field available in mobile, Jio, then oil, then petroleum, okay, then Reliance Fresh, okay, then Reliance Digital. So this is called what? This is known as Reliance business portfolio. That collection of business and products, which products you are selling or what your business, collection of that is known as business portfolio. Okay. The next is, after business portfolio, next is business to business. Now, business to business indicate what? When there is a buying and selling done between two business house is called business to business. Buying and selling done between two business house. Like for example, if I say Reliance company purchase, okay, 1 lakh mobile handset from Samsung. Then Reliance is considered as buyer and Samsung is considered as seller. Agree? So this transaction done between buyer and seller, that is true. Now you must say that in every transaction buyer and seller are available. But be careful. Here Reliance is not buying for themselves. Reliance will purchase 1 lakh mobile phone from Samsung and then Reliance will sell this mobile phone to Reliance customer. So the transaction done between two business house, not for their own use, but to sell their customer, then that is called business to business. If I purchase, I am a wholesaler, and if I purchase 1 lakh chairs from Nilkamal factory, then the transaction done between me and Nilkamal factory is called business to business, because I will not use that 1 lakh chair. I will sell that 1 lakh chair to my customer. Now business to business majority used for internet, e-commerce. With the help of internet, one business house sell the products to another business house. Now let's read what the module says. Now here the module says that marketing activity directed from one business to another. Marketing activity directed from one business to another. This term is often shorthand B2B. Please remember, B2B can be asked in exam. B2B is the short form. B2B is the short form of business to business. Next, buying behavior. Now buying behavior I will tell you. Just observe. What buyer think at the time of purchasing product. What buyer want at the time of purchasing product is called buying behavior. Maybe possible when I am buying the product, I am in a dilemma whether to buy or not to buy. That is my buying behavior. But if I explain properly by somebody, I may change my mind. I decide I don't want to buy. But if I get proper marketing, then I change my mind and I may buy. So my buying behavior will change. My previous behavior says what? Not to buy. But salesmanship is so powerful that I may buy. So it depends. That is called buying behavior. Let's read what the module says. Now see, buying behavior concerns the process that buyers go through when decide whether or not to purchase the goods or service. Okay, what are the things buyer go through? Whether to purchase or not to purchase. Whether to purchase or not to purchase. At that time, what is going on in the head, thinking, is known as buying behavior. Buying behavior can be influenced. It can be influenced. Okay, by variety of external factors, motivation, including marketing activity. Buying behavior will change. By proper marketing, motivation, explanation, so many things are there. So what to do? So in that case, in that situation, my way of thinking will change. I just remember I went to Kulu Manali, Simla, and I was just doing time pass. Okay, so I observed there is a very nice woolen jacket shop available. I go inside the shop. I decide I will not purchase. Okay, but as a time pass, I take one jacket and try to wear it. The moment when I wear it, salesmen come and say, "Oh wow, you are looking like a Bollywood star. Superb." The motivation. Maybe possible somebody will trap. and buying behavior will change. Decide not to purchase, but then because of this kind of motivation, will purchase the product. That's called buying behavior. Okay. Next, after buying behavior, we have to go for cash discount. Now, the word cash discount indicate what? See, the word cash discount indicate that a reduction in the price of goods. First of all, remember, whenever we talk about cash discount means the price of the goods or service can be reduced. The price of the goods or service can be reduced. Okay. And it given to encourage the sale. Your purpose to reduce the price is you are getting cash right now. So there is no fear of bad date. Second thing, the area where there is a provision of pay the amount in installment basis. If somebody give you all the amount together, then you have to think something like that. So because of, you are encouraging sale on cash basis. Your sales will encourage, but not because of marketing. Your sale encourage, increase because of cash, on the basis of cash. Now in the module there is a mistake available. A reduction of the price of goods given to encourage sale. Sale will encourage on, it's not case, it is cash. Okay, so cash basis. You are encouraging sale on the basis of cash because you are getting cash together. You not need to wait for a long time, and scope of bad debt also not available because you are getting complete amount in cash. So for that you need to motivate this kind of behavior of consumer, and that's why you reduce the price of the goods. Okay. Next is the word available is competitive advantage. Competitive advantage means what? Advantage is that a firm has over its competitor. What you have better compared to your competitors. What you have better compared to your competitor is called your competitive advantage. I have my own CA classes, okay, but AC classroom. Other classes in Bhavnagar, they don't have AC classroom. Competitive advantage. I have a nice parking facility and canteen also. My competitor in Bhavnagar, they don't have a canteen, they don't have a sufficient parking. Okay, competitive advantage. I have extraordinary faculties who have a great experience of teaching in CA course compared to my competitor. Competitive advantage. Next, the next word is competitive position. Now the competitive position indicate what? See, the position that a firm has, okay, either has or wish to achieve within its industry against its competitors or competition. Where you want to stand, where you wish to stand, or where you are right now is your competitive position. For example, in Bhavnagar, Lux is on the first rank. Nobody able to teach like Lux classes. Then Lux classes is first rank position. Lux is ahead than its competitors. So the position where what a firm has right now or wish to in the same industry against competition, then it is called competitive position. Last year, for example, if you go for teacher's rank, my rank is 5th, but this year I improve and I get so many students. Okay, students are happy with the way how I teach. So maybe possible I got 2nd rank. So my competitive position is changed. Okay, I am doing better compared to my competitor. It's called competitive position because it says indication where you stands. Okay. Next is conglomerate diversification. Okay. Now I will read first and then we will discuss this this particular terminology. You have to understand properly. Can be asked in exam. Again, I clarify. It is important. Okay. All right. Now we discuss Conglomerate diversification, a strategy of growing a firm by acquiring other firm. You are purchasing other firm, you are acquired other firm for investment purpose. Your purpose is just investment. Usually either little or no anticipated synergy, with the acquired firm. You don't have a synergy with acquired firm. Now here we have to understand what is synergy with acquired firm. That we have to understand first. See, in conglomerate diversification, what happens? First of all, you are acquiring other firm. You are acquiring other firm means what? You are purchasing other firm. Clear? Now, when you purchase other firm, there are two types of things available. Either it is synergy or it is conglomerate. First, we discuss synergy, synergical benefit, synergy. Then only you understand conglomerate diversification. Okay. We understand by example. So please look at the example. For example, say in Bhavnagar, okay, we have a Lux classes. We have a Lakshya classes. Okay, and along with Lakshya, we have two more classes who also teach CA course. Lux also teach foundation, intermediate, and final. Another firm is what? X. X is also teach the same thing, intermediate, final, foundation. Y also teach CA students, all three parts. So Lux, X, Y, they are what? Lux, X, Y, they are competitors. But now what happened? Now Lux will go for acquire X and Y. Lux will purchase X and Y. So automatically these competitors are removed now. So Lux has monopoly. There. So Lux will charge the fees. At the time of competition with X and Y, the charges of a particular course is, say for example, 10,000. But now competitors are not there because Lux only get acquired X and Y. So now Lux say that no 10,000. Now our price is what? Say for example 25,000. Clear? So this is called what? This is called synergical benefit. Synergical benefit means what? If Lux, X and Y, they all work, then it is called what? 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. That kind of thing. Lux gets something, X gets something, Y gets something, like that. Lux get 1 rupees profit, Y get 1 rupees profit. Okay, X get 1 rupee profit. So total 3 rupees profit, but divide into 3 people. But now X and Y is acquired by Lux. So it become what? 1 plus 1 is equal to 11 relationship. Because Lux can decide the fees whatever Lux want. This is called what? This is called synergical. Why? Because X, Y, they are in a same industry, same profession compared to Lux. It's called what? Synergy. But in conglomerate diversification, no anticipated synergy. Please concentrate. I put a circle. No anticipated synergy with acquired firm. There is no similarity. The firm which you acquire, no similarity. For example, let's understand. Same example. Okay. Say Lakshya purchase one company. Okay. Say computer class. Then Lux purchase garment shop. Then Lux purchase dairy shop. Clear? Then this is called what? This is called conglomerate diversification. Why? Because Lux is doing what? Lux is doing CA classes. Okay. But the firm acquired by Lux, they are not CA classes. They are conglomerate diversification. They are diversified. Now imagine where garment shop and when Lux CA class, but still Lux acquired computer classes, garment industry, okay, dairy shop for investment purpose. For investment purpose, not for monopolistic behavior. That's why it is called conglomerate diversification. So here Lux invest money in other 3 industry which is not related at all. In diagram also of the module, Johnson and Johnson relate with HP and GE, that is conglomerate diversification. Johnson and Johnson baby powder, and HP printer and scanner and computers, laptops. So imagine different. Okay. Fine. After that we go for consortium. Now the word consortium means group. The word consortium indicate that we are talking about the word called group. Okay. Now the word consortium is used, okay, when you can say joint venture, when you want to go for joint venture. For example, consortium is a combination of several companies where companies are combined. They work together for particular purpose. Okay. For example, in order to buy something or build something, like for example, in Alang, Bhavnagar Alang, one ship available, and the price of the ship is say 50 crore. Okay. Now a particular firm cannot buy. Maximum try then can get only 30 crores. So what happened? For this ship, two company X and Y, they join. They establish consortium. They prepare a group. They purchase the ship. They break the ship. They sell the parts. And they get the income and they distribute. That is called consortium. There is no permanently relationship available. Only for purchase specific product or gain service where individual cannot easily go for. So you prepare a group and then you purchase something or you build something. Then it is called consortium. For example, there is a bridge available, and you want to construct this. The cost of construction is say 10 crore rupees. So there are two companies combinedly take the responsibility of construction of this bridge. After construction is over, that's it. The relationship is not there. So it is called what? It is called consortium. Okay, after consortium, the next we have to go for is consumer market. Now the word consumer market indicate what? The word consumer market indicate that the markets for products and service where bought by individual for their own or family use. Consumer market means such market where a person go and purchase the product for either himself or for family. Product market means what? Where you go and purchase the machine which can be helpful to you in production. Consumer market means what? Consumer market means you consume. Okay, you will purchase the product which is either directly used by you or used by your family member. That is called what? Consumer market. Remember the difference between consumer and customer. I purchase sari. Okay, I purchase sari. So I am buyer, I am a customer. But I will not use that sari. I will not wear that sari. Clear? My sari, the sari which I purchase is wear by my wife. My wife is consumer. Okay, consume means use. I hope you understand. Okay, customer means buy, but not compulsory use. Okay. Sometimes consumer and customer both are same. My wife purchased sari of 10 lakh rupees and she wear also and show to me. So I got heart attack. So my wife purchased the sari and she wear. So buying also done by her and using also by her. So she is customer also, she is consumer also. Here what we say, consumer market means the market where we bought the product which can be used either directly by us or by our family member. I hope it is clear. Next, corporate culture. Now corporate culture refers to company's values, belief, business principles, traditions, way of operating, internal work environment. Culture, how you deal, how you live is called culture. So corporate culture indicate what? Where company has some values. Okay, company believe on something. Company has some principle, ethics, where they not compromise. They have some traditions, they have way of operating, and their internal work environment. All you combine in one packet, then that packet is called corporate culture. Company's value means what? Company give the value. Something regarding what company has some great value in the mind. Valuable for company. That's called company's value. Like honesty. That is company's value. Okay. Belief. Customer is always right. Customer is always right. Business principle. Consumer is a king of market. Don't argue. Accept what consumer says. Business principle. Transaction must be done in cash. That is way of operating. All the transaction must be done in cash. Or all the transaction done must be in check. That is called way of operating. Tradition. Like for example, every Independence Day, all the staff members will celebrate together. Diwali, Ramzan, they celebrate together. Tradition. Internal work environment. Junior will do what senior says without argument. It's called internal work environment. I give example of every word so you understand. All these you combine, it become your corporate culture, which cannot be same everywhere. It can be different in plus or minus manner. Next, cross-selling. Now, using a customer's buying history to select them for related offers. Okay, it is offers, related offers. For example, selling a car alarm and music system to new car buyers. When anybody buy the new car, automatically get the offer about music system and alarm system and other things. So it is called cross-selling. The moment when I purchase mobile phone from Amazon, I repeat, the moment when I purchase mobile phone from Amazon and I go to Instagram, automatically I get the offer about the cover and Teflon glass. It is called cross-selling. When you buy one product or main product, at that time you will get the offer of subsidiary product. Then that is called cross-selling. Where the customer's buying history has to be observed. And on the ground of that buying history, related items offer will start. Okay. Next. After cross-selling, next is customer demands, customer loyalty, customer need, customer satisfaction, and customer wants. These are the terms available where we discuss them term by term. Okay. First, we talk about customer need. Second, we talk about customer wants. Third, we talk about customer demand. Then we talk about customer loyalty. And then we talk about customer satisfaction. Okay. So we will discuss in this manner. We'll go in this sequence. Okay. It will be easy to understand. That's why I changed the sequence. Now see. First, we have to talk about customer wants. Customer need. I'm sorry. First, we talk about customer need. A need is a basic requirement that individual wish to satisfy. Your basic requirement is what? Your basic requirement is your customer need. For example, my basic requirement is food, without which I can't live. Right now, internet, basic requirement, without which I can't live. So, basic requirement of individual, which individual wish to satisfy, is called customer need. For example, food. Now, in the food, if you say, I want Domino's only. Domino's pizza. Then this Domino's pizza becomes your consumer want. A want is desire for specific product. Domino's pizza only, nothing else. Specific product or service to satisfy the underlying needs. To satisfy your need. To satisfy need is what? Food is your need. So to satisfy your need, You will go for want. You want Domino's pizza. Then it become what your customer wants. It's your want. You want Domino's pizza. So customer want is a want, desire for specific product or service to satisfy the need. What you specifically want to satisfy your need is called your customer wants. Then come customer demand. Do you have money to satisfy this? If you have sufficient money to satisfy this, then customer can demand for Domino's pizza. Your need is what? Food. You are wanting Domino's pizza. If you have money, then you can able to satisfy your demand of Domino's pizza. So customer demand means what? See, customer demand is a want. Consumer demand, sorry. Consumer demand is a want for a specific product supported by ability. Please observe, by ability and willingness to pay for it. You have an ability and your willingness to pay for it is called customer demand. Your willingness to eat pizza, anything happen. I want to eat pizza at any cost. I am willing to pay even double amount. It becomes your customer demand. You have an ability and your willingness to pay for satisfying your want. Then it becomes your customer demand. You go to Domino's Pizza. You say, I need food and I want Domino's Pizza. The pizza wala say that right now we have an extraordinary demand. You have to pay a high amount. You say, okay, no problem. Ready to pay 10,000 rupees per pizza. Customer demand. Customer is demanding at any cost. I hope you understand. So customer demand means what? Demand is a want for a specific product, Domino's Pizza, supported by ability, you have a capacity, and willingness, you are extraordinarily ready to pay or get that. It's called your customer demand. Next is customer loyalty. Now, previously we talked about brand loyalty. Just look at this. Here we talk about brand loyalty. See. In brand loyalty, what we learn? That brand loyalty means stick with same brand. Stick with same brand. Okay. Means you are available with same brand. 10 years before also you purchase chair of Nilkamal. Today also you purchase chair of Nilkamal. After 20 years also you purchase chair of Nilkamal. That is called what? You are loyal to brand. Listen, you are loyal to brand. Right now what we are talking? Right now we are talking about customer loyalty, not brand loyalty. Customer loyalty means what? You are loyal to shop. You are loyal to shop. For example, we'll go for Reliance Mall. Okay. Now, I want Nilkamal chair only. Okay, I'll go to Reliance Mall. Reliance Mall says that they don't have a Nilkamal chair, but they have a Lotus chair. I believe that whatever I purchase from Reliance Mall, it's always good. So my faith about Reliance Mall shop is indicate customer loyalty. I repeat, my faith about Reliance Mall shop is considered as customer loyalty. I am loyal to Reliance Mall. Even though the brand which I want, if I not get yet, I will purchase from Reliance Mall because I am loyal towards Reliance Mall. Now see what the module says. Feeling or attitude. Okay, either you feel about Reliance Mall or you have an attitude about Reliance Mall that incline a customer, that force customer either to return to the company. Okay, whenever I want to purchase, go to Reliance Mall, return to the company shop or outlets to purchase there again, else to repurchase a particular product, service or brand. Okay, either you go to purchase again or you want to go to repurchase again for a particular product or service or a brand. So here your focus is about company, shop or outlet where you will go to repurchase, whether you get the same product or service or brand or not, but you are loyal to that particular shop or outlet or company. That is called your customer loyalty. The next one is customer satisfaction. Now, the provision of goods or services which can fulfill the customer's expectation in terms of quality, service compared to, in relation to, price paid. Very easy to understand. See, the provision of goods or service, the way how you provide goods and service which can satisfy or fulfill customer expectation. Expectation means in terms of quality and service in relation compared to what customer pay. For example, I want to purchase a pen, okay, and I want nice handwriting. So I purchase a pen with the help of 20 rupees, and my expectation is what? The quality of my writing has to be improved. So I spend 10 rupees and I purchase the pen, and then I write with that pen. My teacher give me extra 5 marks for nice handwriting. So compared to what I pay, the quality what I want that I get, okay, my requirement is fulfilled. So that is called customer satisfaction. So customer satisfaction is the provision which fulfill customers' expectation in terms of quality or service, okay, compared to what they pay, is known as customer satisfaction. Hope it is clear. Okay, so students, today we discuss about the term. Start with A, B and C, and next lecture we will go with starting with D, E and others till what allows. Okay, till then, if you are watching this video, at the end of the video please write in the comment section what you feel, whether you enjoy, what you want me to change in the lecture. I am very open heart because I want to do something best for you. Okay, so that's why it's most welcome if you want to say anything in the comment section. You can ask your doubts also, most welcome. I will give the answer as much as possible. Okay, till then, please take care of yourself, students. Thank you.